It's Saturday morning. Dave stands in his kitchen in faded sweatpants, coffee long gone cold in his mug. The dishwasher hums through its mid-cycle rumble. In the next room, his daughter laughs at cartoons. But Dave hasn't moved in 11 minutes. His eyes are glued to his phone screen, where a headline screams, "Average American in their mid-40s now has a net worth of nearly $1 million." Dave is 45. He does not have $1 million. What he has is a 401k he's terrified to log into, a mortgage with 22 years left on the clock, and an unopened Parent Plus loan statement sitting next to the microwave like a bad omen. He's doing what millions of Americans his age are doing right now, staring at that number and quietly wondering, am I the failure, or is the number? I've got good news and bad news. The good news? That headline number is a statistical lie, mathematically laundered, cherry-picked, and weaponized to make you feel behind. The bad news? The real picture isn't much prettier, and it comes with a ticking clock attached to your peak earning years. My name is Nick, and today we're cutting through the noise to find out exactly where you stand in 2026, and more importantly, what you can still do about it. The lie hiding in plain sight: average versus median. According to the latest Federal Reserve survey of consumer finances data, the average net worth for households headed by someone aged 45 to 54 sits at around $975,800, almost $1 million. For most people scrolling past that headline on a Saturday morning, it lands like a gut punch. You're 45. You've been responsible. You've got some savings, maybe a house with a little equity, a job that pays the bills, mostly. Yet you're nowhere near that number. So either everyone else is secretly rich, or something is deeply wrong with you. But it's not you. It's the word average. The average net worth for this age group is $975,800. The median is $247,200. That's a staggering gap of over $728,000. Understanding this gap is the single most important financial insight you can grasp right now. When you calculate an average, you add up everyone's net worth and divide by the number of people. Throw Jeff Bezos, or even a few hundred multimillionaires, into the mix with thousands of regular folks, and suddenly the average skyrockets. It's like averaging the net worth of Elon Musk and a raccoon. Technically, the raccoon is now a multimillionaire. Practically? Useless information. The median, by contrast, lines everyone up from poorest to richest and picks the person standing exactly in the middle. That's your more realistic benchmark: the neighbor, the coworker, the everyday Dave. The median 45 to 54-year-old American has a net worth of roughly $247,000. Not $1 million. Not even close. The flashy average you keep seeing is inflated dramatically by the top 1 to 10%. When CNBC or wherever runs that average 45-year-old worth nearly $1 million headline, they're blending billionaires with the Camry-driving middle class and pretending they're the same cohort. Action step right now *, pause whatever you're doing. Open your banking apps, 401k, brokerage accounts, and any other assets. Add up what you own, include home equity if you have it. Subtract everything you owe: credit cards, mortgage, car loans, student or parent loans. Write that number down. Be brutally honest. No rounding up. No. I think my house is worth. Got it? Hold on to that number. We're going to benchmark it properly. The real scoreboard for age 45 in 2026. Under $48,000, you're in the bottom 25%. You're not alone. Millions are here, often due to student debt, medical issues, job loss, or just starting late. Around $247,000, you're at the median. Exactly in the middle of America. $680,000 or more, top 25%. Solid, doing well. Territory. $1.4 million, top 10%. People might call you rich, but you probably don't feel it. $8.7 million plus, top 1%. You might not even be watching this. Most people hear $247,000 and exhale with relief. Asterisk $250,000? That's real money. Asterisk, but here's what almost nobody tells you. That number is hiding the truth in plain sight. The house trap, why most of your wealth isn't spendable. For the typical 45-year-old, 60 to 70% of net worth is locked in home equity. Take the median $247,000. Subtract roughly $160,000 in home equity built up over the years, and you're left with about $87,000 for everything else: retirement, emergency fund, kids' college, vacations, life. Home equity is not cash. You can't swipe a deed at Kroger when gas is expensive and the kids want pizza. Your options to unlock it are limited and costly. 1. Sell the house, but then you still need somewhere to live, often at today's inflated prices. 2. Refinance and extend the mortgage into your 70s. 3. Take a HELOC at high interest rates, currently around 8-9% plus, essentially paying the bank to borrow your own equity. Strip home equity out of the national numbers, and median net worth collapses dramatically, often by 60 to 70%. The $250,000 looks impressive on paper. It doesn't feel that way when life hits. The 401k crisis no one wants to admit. Fidelity's widely cited benchmark: by age 50, you should have 6x your annual salary saved for retirement. For a median household income around $117,000, that's about $700,000 by 50. The actual median 401k balance for ages 45 to 54? Around $68,000. Total retirement savings, 401ks, IRAs, etc., hover closer to $115,000 for the median person. About 38% of households in this age range have essentially zero retirement savings. Dave, with his cold coffee and $62,000-ish in his 401k, is running at roughly 0.5x income instead of 6x. He's not lazy. He's not irresponsible. He's just caught in a perfect storm. The generational timing disaster. Between 2019 and 2023, the 40 to 54 age group was the only one in America to lose real, inflation-adjusted, wealth while others gained. Young people rode the stock and housing boom. Older folks already owned assets. But many in their 30s to 40s during the post-2008 recovery were still renting or recovering when prices exploded in 2020 to 2022. The easy wealth-building window slammed shut right as they reached for it. Today's 45-year-old is actually slightly wealthier than boomers were at the same age, inflation-adjusted, but the game is harder. Higher home prices relative to wages, student/parent debt, stagnant real wages in many sectors, and longer lifespans meaning savings must stretch further. Debt, Gen X's unwanted trophy. Gen X carries the highest total debt load of any generation, averaging $158,105. That's about 50% higher than the national average. Highest credit card balances, $9,600 at 21% plus interest, big auto loans, large mortgages, and HELOCs. Roughly 1 in 10 still pays student or parent plus loans at punishing rates, around 9% plus. Medical debt affects about 44% of 50 to 64-year-olds. And then there's the sandwich generation. The sandwich generation squeeze. According to Pew, over half of Americans in their 40s support an aging parent and a child, or adult child. 1 in 5 handles triple duty. Dave's mom is in assisted living costing $6,200 per month. Medicare doesn't cover most of it. His share, $1,400 per month that used to go toward retirement. His adult son moved back home. Average support for an adult child, over $1,300 per month. Raising kids to 18 costs $300,000 plus. Childcare alone can eat 20% plus of income. Peak earning years are being vacuumed up by 3 generations at once. It's not a character flaw. It's structural. The great wealth transfer myth. The hype says boomers will pass $84 trillion, or more, to younger generations. Tempting to bank on an inheritance rescue. Reality check. Expectations don't match plans. Most of the transfer is concentrated among the already wealthy top tier. Median inheritance from the bottom half of households? Around $10,000 or less, barely a used car. Long-term care costs, $100,000 to $300,000 plus per person, eat much of what's left. Many boomers have no will, or plan to spend it all. Social Security, the approaching cliff. The 2025 Trustees Report shows the Old Age Trust Fund depleting around 2033. After that, incoming taxes cover only 77% of benefits, a 23% cut unless fixed. Oldest Gen Zers hit full retirement age right before or as this hits. 77% of Gen X already fears this. They're right to. So where does that leave Dave and you? A $247,000 net worth, mostly house, $62,000 in retirement, $158,000 debt, sandwich obligations, shrinking inheritance prospects, and a Social Security haircut on the horizon. It's not a portfolio. It's a math problem. But here's the real good news, you still have a 20-year compounding window. That's powerful. Realistic math, assuming median $117K household income. To replace 80% of income in retirement, after reduced SS, you might need $1.7 million by 65, using 4% rule. Starting from $115,000 at 7% returns requires aggressive saving, $2,700 to $3,200 per month. Tough for median income without big lifestyle changes. But even $800 to $1,000 per month starting now can get you to $500,000 to $600,000 plus by 65. That's the difference between stress and basic security. Dave's simple turnaround plan. Monday morning, Dave opens the 401k he's been avoiding. He increases contributions from 6% to 10%, $390 extra/month. He sets up an IRA with $300 per month autodraft. Total, $700/month extra. At 7% over 20 years, that's worth roughly $380,000 plus by retirement. One uncomfortable conversation with HR, and he buys himself real breathing room. Your action plan, practical. Open the app. Increase that contribution. Make the call. Have the conversation with your spouse. Dave did it in sweatpants before finishing his coffee. You can too. The finish line in 2046 isn't waiting. But it's still reachable.